Hey, this is Daniel. So I'm at Franklin Junior High School in Des Moines, Iowa, and Andrew Yang will be speaking here later today in an auditorium. I will have more behind the scenes and hopefully some interviews. So I am with one of the Yang gang here in Des Moines, Iowa, and heading it up here in Des Moines. I want to say Des Moines. It's not Des Moines.
It's okay.
Des Moines.
It's okay.
Do people use the S sometimes?
No.
Okay. It's bad form to use the S. Anyway, so how long have you been following Andrew Yang?
Since about March of last year.
March of last year.
Very excited.
And what's your name, sir?
Chet Gains.
Chet Gains. Okay. And so what got you excited about Andrew, first of all?
Well, I've been reading a lot about basic income for several years, and just to see a presidential candidate even discussing it was very exciting. He has a lot of other good parts to his platform as well, including, Medicare for all, the adjusting of the metrics of our economy, not focusing on GDP, but focusing on metrics that relate more to social well-being. It was a big attractor for me. Basically, I see the economy of the future coming out of that principle of abundance, and also those metrics of well-being, actually looking at how the economy affects society and not just looking at numbers like GDP that don't mean a whole lot.
Right. So there's a bunch of things that really got our interest with the Andrew Yang. If the singularity is coming, then we need to get on board with the solutions like Andrew Yang is proposing. And so thank you very much for doing this interview with me. Nice to meet you.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and see more behind the scenes. Follow here at American Jobs Factory on Instagram. Share, like, do all that great stuff.
1, 2, 3, 4!
And so we were just listening to Andrew Yang at his Franklin Junior High School town hall. And so I have with me a gentleman who agreed to do an interview. And what is your name, sir?
My name's Justin.
Justin, okay. Well, thanks for interviewing with me today. So what were your thoughts on Andrew Yang? Have you heard of him before this and things like that? Or?
Yeah, I'm kind of the quintessential, that's why he goes on Joe Rogan's podcast, so that's where I heard about him, and it was pretty much par for the course for what he talked about on there, but I just wanted to come out and support him, because I think, that's what he's doing.
Okay, so you first heard about him on Joe Rogan then?
Yeah.
Okay, and so what he had to say resonated with you, apparently, and you wanted to hear more, and where are you now with his presidency, his candidacy?
Yeah. I mean, as far as like the Democrats, he's the one that I'd like to see. I think what always resonates to me with somebody that's thinking about actual policy changes, actual things that looking at the answers. I thought something that he said stood out tonight was Trump identified the problem of the election in 2016. Nobody else identified the problem of the election in 2016. So I think what stands out to me about him is he identifies the problem and he identifies the correct solution for those as well. And so that's something that has got me really interested about him. I'd actually have to switch my party. I'm a Republican, but I'd actually have to switch my party if I wanted to caucus for him. But
Okay. But for the general election, you're definitely considering being on the Yang gang as far as...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for talking with me. And more behind the scenes, share, like, do all that good stuff. Talk to you later.
Thanks. See you.
1, 2, 3, 4!
I'm with this wonderful lady who agreed on an interview. And what was your name again?
Malia.
Malia. I love that name, Malia. And so... So, how long have you known or heard about Andrew Yang?
So I started following Andrew Yang in early January. He did an interview on Freakonomics. It's a great podcast. I suggest people check it out. And one of the amazing things that I thought about in terms of Freakonomics and the fact that he was on this podcast is it always talks about economical things that we can do in our society that maybe a lot of political people don't really think about or agree with because it's not politically correct or politically right, or even to their advantage from a politics standpoint. And so I love that he came on and just really put out his political platform in a more of an economic sense.
So are you talking like social credits or?
I dig social credits. I don't know how feasible they are from a nation but it would certainly need to be a small community for social credits. The technology exists 100%, and it really just takes someone to understand the technology piece, and that's something that Washington's missing right now. They don't even know how that technology piece works. So social credits would be pretty awesome. I would agree with that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that was one of the things that caught your attention.
Yeah, I would certainly say so, but I think the main thing that caught my attention is being from the tech industry. I see the jobs going away, and someone finally decided to actually do something about it, and actually put it in the public discourse.
Yeah, somebody's actually talking about it and providing
Yes.
solutions for the future, which is important. Okay. Well, thank you very much for talking with me today.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And go ahead and follow and subscribe, and we'll have more behind the scenes, more interviews. Follow Andrew Yang at yang2020.com.